An organization is basically an association of human beings, and a major problem of today's organization is how to get best possible efforts and contributions of human beings. So, those responsible for managing the organization must understand the way the human beings behave. With this thought, I, Dr. Rasmeet Kaur Malhi, Assistant Professor, Department of Management from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences, welcomes you to another topic of organizational behavior, that is individual behavior. In this video, we will talk about meaning of individual behavior, factors influencing individual behavior, foundation of individual behavior, perception, difference between sensation and perception, factors influencing perception, perceptual process, perceptual distortions, and how can the perceptual process be managed. So let's get started. Individual behavior means some concrete action by a person. The behavior of individual is influenced by various factors. Some of the factors lie within himself, like his instincts, his personality, his internal feelings, etc. While some factors lie outside, that is the external environment of which he is part of. There are various variables which influence the individual behavior, such as person's skill, ability, personality, attitude, values, ethics, etc. Whereas there are some external factors such as organizational factors, the work group, job, personal life, socio-cultural factors, etc. All of them together influence the individual behavior. Now let's move on to what are the foundations of individual behavior. Broadly speaking, the foundation of individual behavior can be classified into 4 types. First is personal factors. Second, psychological factors. Third is the organization system and resources. And fourth is the environmental factors. Let's start with the first one, that is the personal factors. The personal factors include age, education, ability, and creativity of person. Psychological factors include personality, perception, attitude, values, learning of an individual. When I speak about the organizational system and resources, these factors include physical facilities, organizational structure and design, leadership, reward system, and the work itself. Whereas the environmental factors include the economic, political, social norms, and cultural values. Before we move on, I would like to share a very beautiful quote here. It says, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Let's understand what is perception. People often see the same phenomena differently both at the organizational context and outside the organization. For example, in relation to a strike in the organization, the manager may perceive it as the immediate cause of the strike as trivial, whereas the workers in the organization may see it as a very serious matter. Similarly, when there is an accident in the organization or in the factory, the supervisor may treat it as the carelessness of the workers, whereas the workers may treat it as the high-headedness of the management and lack of adequate provisions of security measures. Thus, the situations remaining the same, causes have been assigned differently by different group of persons. In order to understand the significance of this phenomena, one has to understand what is perception and its different aspects. The behavior of people is according to perception. Perception is the cognitive process. Cognition is basically a bit of information, and cognitive process involved is the way in which people process that information. I would like to take an example here to make this concept more clear to you. Like central processing unit of a computer, human beings also are information processor with one basic difference. While as the computer process a piece of information in the identical manner with the identical output, human beings may differ because of their differences and uniqueness. Now let's take some definition given by the famous authors. According to Stephen P. Robbins, he has defined perception as the process in which the individual organize, and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. A very good definition is given by Uday Parikh, and he says that perception can be defined as the process of receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, checking, and reacting to the sensory stimuli or data. It is an intellectual process through which person selects the data from the environment, organizes it, and obtains the meaning from it. The process of obtaining the data from the environment is known as sensation. Perception is the basic cognitive or psychological process. The manner in which a person perceives the information from the environment affects his or her behavior. Thus, people's action, emotions, thoughts, or feelings are triggered by perception. Now, why do we study perception in organizational behavior? The answer to this question is because people's behavior is based on their perception of what reality is and not reality itself. Let's understand the difference between perception and sensation. There has been a great deal of misunderstanding about the relationship between sensation and perception. The physical senses, that is vision of a person, hearing ability, touch, smell, and taste are different from the perception. The sensation essentially deals with the very elementary behavior that is largely determined by the physiological functioning. Now let's understand what is perception and how is it different from sensation. Perception, on the other hand, is much more complex and broader than sensation. It is virtually a cognitive, psychological process of sensing, filtering, and modifying the raw data. As sensation plays an important role of people in their private lives, perception plays a crucial part in their organization life. Now let's move on to what are the factors that influence perception. There are certain factors which influence the perception of an individual person. Now these factors can be classified at three different levels. First is factors in the perceiver, second, factor in the situation, and third is factor in the target. Let's take the first one, that is factor in the perceiver. When I speak about the perceiver, I am speaking about here and as an individual. When I speak about the perceiver here, I am speaking about an individual's attitude, his motives, his interest, his experiences, and his expectation. Whereas when I say factors in the situation, I am dealing about the time, the work setting, and the social setting. Whereas when we speak about the third one, that is factors in the target, it includes novelty, sound, motion, size, proximity, and similarity of that particular object. Now children, let's move on to what is the perceptual process or what do we mean by it. Perception is a process by which an individual organizes and interprets its sensory information or impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. The perceptual process starts from receiving the data, selecting it, organizing that data, interpreting that data, checking, and then finally reacting to that data. Starting with the first one, that is the process of receiving stimuli. Every day we are bombarded with hundreds or thousands of stimuli around us. These are captured by our seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching sensory organs. Coming to the second one, that is process of selecting the stimuli. How do we select them? Out of all the received stimuli, some necessary stimuli are selected for further processing. Now there are certain factors which govern the selection of stimuli, and those factors are internal factors and external factors. Let's start with the first, that is the internal factors. Internal factors which influence selection process include psychological need, background, experience, and personality of that particular person. Whereas when I speak about external factors which are influencing decision or selection process are intensity, size, contrast, movement, and repetition of that stimuli. The third step in the perception process is the organizing step, or which we also call as organizing the data. The aspect of forming bits of information into meaningful whole is called perceptual organizing. The fourth step is process of interpreting that particular data. It is the process of understanding and giving meaning to the organized stimuli. There are certain factors which contribute to the interpretation of data. Let's discuss them. The first one is perpetual set. Previously held belief about something influences the perception. Second factor is attribution. How a person perceives by assigning a cause to the behavior he conceives. Third factor is stereotyping. When an individual perceives on the basis of group characteristics to which he belongs, we call it as a stereotype data. The fourth factor is halo effect. Drawing a general impression about the individual on the basis of single characteristic such as intelligence, sociability, or appearance of a person is the example of the halo effect. The fifth factor is projection. People tend to see in other person's trait that they themselves possess. Coming to the sixth one, that is perceptual defense. An individual likes to defend when it comes across an unacceptable stimuli. Coming to the fifth process, the fifth step of the perceptual process, that is process of checking. The perceiver confirms whether his or her interpretation is right or wrong. The last step is process of reacting. In this step, the perceiver shows whether his perception is favorable to him or not by his reactions. Thus, perception is a very complex process by which an individual selectively absorbs or assimilates the stimuli in the environment, cognitively organizes it in a specific fashion, and then interprets the information to give meaning to the environment. Now let's discuss what are some common perceptual distortions. Some of the common perceptual distortions include stereotypes or prototypes, halo effect, selective perception, projection, contrast effect, and self-fulfilling prophecy. Starting with the first one, that is stereotypes or prototypes. It combines information based on the category or class to which a person, situation, or object belongs. It has a strong impact at the organization stage. Individual differences are obscured. Commonly used stereotypes are Indians are fatalistic, fat people cannot dance, etc. Let's come to the second one, that is halo effect. It occurs when one attribute of a person or situation is used to develop an overall impression of the individual or situation. This is likely to occur in the organization stage. Individual differences are obscured here. It is important in the performance appraisal process. The third one, that is selective perception. The tendency to single out those aspects of a situation, person, or object that are consistent with one's need, values, or attitudes. It has a strongest impact in the attention or the reception stage. Perception checking with other persons can help counter the adverse impact of the selective perception. The fourth one is projection. The assignment of one's personal attribute to the other individuals. This is especially likely to occur in the interpretation stage. Projection can be controlled through a high degree of self-awareness and empathy. Let's come to the next one, that is contrast effects. It occurs when an individual is compared with other person on the same characteristics on which the others rank, maybe higher or maybe lower. The last one is self-fulfilling prophecy. The tendency to create or find in another situation or individual that which one is expected to find. It is also called as Pygmalion effect. This can have either positive or negative outcomes. Managers should adopt positive and optimistic approaches to people at work. In perception, there is a very interesting topic which is impression management. That is a person's systematic attempt to behave in ways that create and maintain desired impression in others' eyes. Successful managers use impression management to enhance their own images. These managers are sensitive to other people's use of impression management techniques also. Now let's come to the last topic of this video. That is, how can the perceptual process be managed, which is also known as distortion management. The managers should balance automatic and control information processing at the attention and the selection stage. They should broaden their schemas at the organization stage. They should be attuned to attributions at the interpretation stage. If they follow these ways, then there would be less distortions in the perception which is formed. So with this, we come to end of this video. We have completed a topic perception from individual behavior, and we will be doing learning in the next video. Thanks for watching.